Hi, I'm Tom Metzger. Welcome back to the Choir Genius channel. Today we're doing episode 2 of my conversation with Deke Sharon, and this one is about participation in choirs. I think it's a really interesting chat, so I hope you enjoy it. If you want to be notified when each episode of this series drops on YouTube, you can just subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon. Thanks. Let's jump in. So we all used to sing all the time, just as a species, and then radio, right? And now suddenly we can hear other people singing, and we're like, that is amazing. And then we get into the comparison, like, I could never be that good, and now I'm gonna outsource all of my music to other people and just be a listener, right?
That's what happened.
That's the wrong idea that we've now got, right?
Yeah.
And it's gotta be, I'll be embarrassed, and I'll be, but memes are so powerful, right? If you can get that idea that it should be you and not just observing, and of course you can do it, that's got to be a huge help.
Well, and let me say something about that. First of all, it actually was before radio. So it was recorded music. And when recorded music came around, everybody was like, this is going to be amazing. There's going to be music everywhere. But it was John Philip Sousa, the marching band guy, who said, this is terrible. And people laughed at him and they were like, you old Luddite, why don't you think this is going to be good? And he said, because we won't be the ones making the music. That is really goes to the core of all of this. Yes, I can get a recording of Paul McCartney or the Beatles or whatever. I can get a recording of Pavarotti. There is always greatness, and it's beautiful to have that in your life and be able to listen to it. But it's also so powerful and wonderful for people to sing. And if we're looking at modern society now, there's going to continue rapidly to be more and more stuff that we as humans can't do better than machines, can't do better than program computers and all these apps. And so what are people going to do, and what's going to give them a sense of fulfillment? This is really where I think vocal harmony is going to come in and help save humanity in the 21st century. Because people are going to continue to feel disconnected and they're staring at the screens all the time. And so much of what's really distracting to people, all of these constant swiping through things and watching these little video things and constantly distracting yourself with video games and have all these dopamine rewards and serotonin bursts and all this kind of stuff. But it doesn't give you the deep, connected happiness that singing in an ensemble does. And so I want that gift for everyone.
It's participatory.
It's participatory. And when you join a singing group, I mean, if you're a student, it's been proven they're bullied less, they have a built-in group of friends, they get better grades, they stay in school longer. The lifelong outcomes are enormous. The mental health, it's enormous. For adults, in fact, in the UK right now, it's literally being prescribed by doctors to join a choir because it brings your blood pressure down, helps you with your overall health and happiness, alleviates depression. I mean, these are enormously valuable things, and so many humans feel disconnected. Our culture used to be that once you finish schooling, you'd go work for a company and you'd be with the same company your whole life. You work for DuPont Chemical and you'd move to Delaware and you'd live in their company village and you'd work your way up through the company and you knew all the people you worked with and you went to the same place of worship and your friends and your kids were all there. Everybody was connected, but that's not the way society works now. People hop around from job to job and city to city all the time and they're disconnected, and our sources of entertainment are screens. And in fact, people don't even go to the movies the way they used to, where you'd sit next to other humans and have a collective experience. They watch things alone on a screen, on their phone, in their home, and they feel so disconnected.
Isolated.
And vocal harmony brings people together, fills their heart with joy, has them meet other people in their society that they wouldn't necessarily, who they wouldn't know, and builds in them that sense of having a tribe, that sense of belonging to something that, again, from prehistoric times is fundamental to humanity.
Yeah. At the end of the day, that's why I choose to sing in a vocal group that's a bigger group,
Yeah.
I remember as a younger man, my motivations were very different. I just wanted to be the very best at doing whatever I was doing, right? And just naturally want to climb that what do they call it, a dominance hierarchy, right?
Fair. But you
in
won
psychology.
You won your gold medal, so
Yes,
you
I
already
did.
proved yourself. Yes,
And that was wonderful. But now, I find it's increasingly important to me to have a circle of friends that I trust, that I do something with, that we have this collaborative endeavor.
Yeah.
Right. And I just feel like so many people would benefit from that. Anyway, I'm kind of preaching to the choir here.
Well, no, but you're exactly right, and people don't know how wonderful this is until they do it, and especially now in North America and Europe, people graduate from school and they get a job, and then their free time after their job is so often alone or with one other person, two other people, and that larger sense of, like you said, the larger group, that's your posse, that's your tribe. These people that you can rely on, and you end up having a lot of different friendships and relationships with all these different people. And then afterwards, you can all go play board games together or get a drink and you go to the park and
actually have a life.
Have a life with them and feel like you have that sense of community. I think community is such an important part of all of this. People are lacking that. And when you are singing in an ensemble like that, you have a community.
Yeah. And I think one of the other really important pieces here is lowering the barrier to entry for people, right? In a number of different ways. One of them is having that easy music that they can just very accessibly get in and sing.
Of course.
Which in the barbershop context was the polecats, right?
Of course.
And the other function of that too was, since that was a global thing, I could take those polecats and go sing Wild Irish Rose or one of these old American songbook songs with any barbershopper in the world.
Yeah.
And that I'm not aware of that existing in any other genre, but it really should.
It should.
Unless it's The Lion Sleeps Tonight.
No. Well, and here's the thing. When I graduated college and I started the first contemporary a cappella publishing company, that was my first job. People were singing The Lion Sleeps Tonight from handwritten arrangements that were being handed around and shared. There was no published a cappella version of The Lion Sleeps Tonight. That's not even contemporary a cappella. That's just a cappella from almost a century ago. But I knew I had to get those standards in print so that people could learn them, have that be the basis of their ensemble, and then quickly branch out. Because I think one of the hallmarks of contemporary a cappella is that groups are doing the latest music, they're doing songs they love, they have their own individual style. And it was kind of a joke when I first started CASA in the 1990s. I was railing against everybody singing Lion Sleeps Tonight. It doesn't bother me now, but back then it was like, no guys, we can't, if everybody's doing the same stuff, it's kind of boring and we're not moving forward.
Right.
And the beautiful thing is now that is very much not the case. And it would be nice if there were some standards that everybody learns, but people are just so excited to there's a new song from Demon Hunters, Golden, I want to learn that. And the Bruno Mars song, and Lady Gaga's got a thing. And so they're always pushing and moving forward into music that really grabs them and really captures them. And that's how a cappella constantly remains new and fresh and culturally relevant.
I guess that's another on-ramp, right? Is that people will, it's not like it's easy and so I can do it and I want to do it, but I love this song and so that's what I want to do.
That's what it is.
Right?
That's what it is. And when you go to a college, I was at Tufts University and sang in the Beelzebubs, who are the group that the Troublemakers and Pitch Perfect are based on. And I mean, you can read about this online or see little videos about people talking about it. We were more popular than the football team. I mean, there was no, you were the rock stars on campus. And this is it's the case in so many different campuses. When you sing in a college a cappella group, you're rock stars. And almost everyone in those groups, they're not going to be musicians professionally. Their entire college existence is about going pre-med, or I want to be a lawyer, I'm going to work in design, I want to get an MBA and start a business, whatever it is. But they're keeping music at the core of their educational experience as well, because it's so powerful and fulfilling. And then the people that they sang with in that group, they're lifelong friends. They still have that. And especially the groups that have really strong alumni associations like the Beelzebubs do, you have this intergenerational sense of connection and community that is it's ongoing and never disappears.
Right.